I am officially bulletproofed. Yes, that's why my skin is glowing and I'm looking ripped and jacked. It's because every morning I take my mycotoxin-free bulletproof coffee and mix it up with MCT oil and grass-fed butter. Why, do you ask? Well, it does a lot of things. It replaces my meal for the morning, and it gets my brain all the right nutrients they need. Those oils, that fat, and then I don't eat until 1 or 2 o'clock. So it's not really just coffee. It's turning into a lifestyle. Now, before we wrap up, I want to hear about your social media addiction, and I want to know how you deal with haters, and how have people responded to you since you've come back and since you've put your life on the line with the UFC, or put your life on exposure, I mean.
Yeah, I mean, generally speaking, people have been very positive, actually. You know, I've had a lot of support. So, you know, I'm... It's one of those things, I think, if you can't please all of the people all of the time, and there's always going to be people out there who'll pick holes in anything. I think if you spend too much time focusing on that and thinking about that, I think the danger is it's very easy to pick up on the few negative comments. You know, even though the overwhelming majority might be positive, you know, to pick out on the few negative and sort of dwell on that. You know, especially it's the sort of thing that I tend to do. You know, I tend to focus on.
A lot of people do that.
That's it, yeah. I mean, it's, yeah, I think it's pretty common. But
what's your favorite social media platform?
I'm on Twitter a lot.
Yeah.
Facebook as well. I need to cut down.
Yeah.
Pete's always ripping into me for this.
Oh, yeah. Rosie's one of those dreadful people that starts looking at her phone whilst in company.
Oh, that's not good.
You go, no, it's totally unacceptable.
I'm glad we're on airplane mode now.
Yeah.
It's tricky. I mean, we get hate here at London Real, and it's some people find that unfathomable, you know, because we're just doing these free shows every week. But it's now lately when someone actually writes something, I'm just thinking, you know, you went out of your day to take some time and send me this, and I was just like, wow, I feel really bad for this person, you know. I just end up not reading a lot of comments.
I think the hardest thing is that my instinct is to argue with them. Look,
okay.
You don't know what you're talking about. I think I'm really trying hard just to realise, look, just let it go.
Also on
just
Twitter,
one of those things.
When you get into that argument with Twitter, then you raise their relevancy to the world.
Yeah,
And it's just like Twitter wars. I mean, you know, Dana engages them all the time.
Yeah.
Dana White, and it could be some dude with 7 followers, and he'll be like, Dana, pay-per-view card's too expensive, and he'll be like, what are you talking about? But there's nothing uglier than a bad Twitter war.
Yeah.
With some 12-year-old kid in Birmingham.
That's really the problem, isn't it? The anonymity of it. I mean, it's the beauty of things like Twitter, and it's equally the downfall of them. That you know, everybody shouldn't have equality. You know, if you put those same people in a room, and you're not necessarily gonna pay any attention to their opinion at all. You know, and people that would probably be ridiculed in person, and probably wouldn't even dare open their mouths. You know, they feel like they can't insult fighters, and that's why I don't look at any of these things, you know, because I just get furiously angry. So,
okay. I think Ice-T said what he's like, if you ever said any of these things out loud that you wrote down on Twitter, most likely you would get beat up in real life. If you ever actually said to someone, hey, you, I mean, so it's unfathomable that people seem to be, it's okay to type it out.
It's curious to me, because I don't know, I'd sort of perceived anything that I'd ever written on a forum or anything like that is like something published. You know, whereas people I think the trend is to feel like what you write online is like it's not real life. It's another world, and it's less. You know, you don't have to stand by it in the same way as something that you said in person. Whereas I think that there's all sorts of things that you say in conversation. Where, I mean, now for example, we're being recorded, and I'm a little bit more careful about what I would say now, because I know that there's a record of it. You know, it's in the same sense it's published as if I'd written it publicly. You know, that means a lot more. So all sorts of things that you can say in context in a conversation that you go, oh well, I didn't really mean it, and you can assume fairly with people that you know they'll pick up on whether you really mean something or whether you're just being flippant or whether you're being ironic. You know, if you write something, you know, there's no inflection, and there's no guarantee that the people who are reading it know who you are, and there's a permanent record of it forever. You know, there's yeah. So that's why I don't look on forums anymore either.
You're turning into a grumpy old man.
I really am. I know, it's terrible.
Kids these days, they
Turning
don't
into.
They don't respect you.
Yeah.